Council. Mr. Hensley. This is the time set for 25C 000424, City versus Mark Hensley. And this is the time set for an evidentiary hearing. Is there anything we need to address before we begin? Mr. Hensley?
You need to be aware that I'll be in front of you in the future. That's it.
Okay. At this time, we will have Ashley Oliden take the stand. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ms. Oliden?
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. If you'll just stay standing until the marshal swears you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you are about to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please have a seat. This is the time set for an evidentiary hearing challenging the findings of the evaluation to competency to proceed with adjudication provided by you. The city still bears the burden of the proof, so I will begin with the city. Do you have any questions for Ms. Oliden?
I do not.
Thank you, counsel. Mr. Hensley, do you have any questions for Ms. Oliden?
Many, but before I stand up and address Ms. Odom, I'd like to stay seated and address the court. I'm a wreck right now. I have a condition that causes me to elevate my voice, tone, and temperance, right? I have outbursts that are involuntary. I'm nonviolent, highly defensive, right? If that happens, deal with it. I have to deal with it on a day-to-day basis, and that's why we're here.
All right, sir.
They keep on telling me to be professional, and I tell them I'll try not to be disabled, but if I act disabled, I need the rest of you to be professional.
Mr. Hensley, I've been professional with you every time you've been in this courtroom,
I do not disagree.
and I intend to continue to do so, all
I
right?
appreciate you, sir.
I think it might be best, and may even be helpful, if you ask questions from your seat.
I would prefer not.
Okay.
I just want to be comfortable. I want my dog engaged, and if they've already told me everybody's scared of me, I won't go past the stupid tables.
Okay.
But as I said, I have no history of violence. The biggest problem that you guys have with me is I triggers people's emotions, and then they author reports. And because they have authority, those reports are taken, carte blanche. This is, what happened with the prosecution this time. As I told you prior to this evaluation, I didn't believe the competency evaluation was appropriate. And I apologize, ma'am, I don't remember your name. What is your name?
Ashley Oliden.
Olden?
Oliden?
Oleden. So Miss Oleden, she's limited in her scope. You asked her to perform a competency evaluation, and she did that, right? I didn't think that was the appropriate evaluation, but we went with it, and now we just have the opportunity to try to discuss what's going on and divulge this a little further. So right now I am going to stay seated, but
Okay.
Ms. Oden, do you know how prevalent Tourette syndrome is? I'm a 50-year-old gentleman, and somebody my age to have that syndrome progress past childhood.
I have not had any specific formal training ongoing in Tourette syndrome.
So I'm just going to answer less than 1% of the world's population. Okay. Are you familiar with the philosophical, psychological musings of Carl Jung?
I've had some training and some in the past, yes.
Okay. So you're familiar with archetypes and individuation?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So just because somebody has Tourette syndrome doesn't mean, if we believe that anything that Carl Jung, who's world renowned by the way, anything that he says to be accurate, that wouldn't exclude me from the individuation process, correct? Now, you can stop me if
I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Did you answer that question?
No.
Oh.
I apologize, thank you. please.
I'm not sure I understand the question being asked.
So you said you're familiar with the individuation process. Now, according to Carl Jung, every human being is going to experience the opportunity to participate in that or deny that. Is that accurate?
I'm not sure.
Fair enough. Nonetheless, let's just, for hypothetical reasons, say that that is the case. Because I would say that I don't feel like I was excluded from that process. Now, in Carl Jung's teachings, that generally begins at midlife and oftentimes at 40, and that's why it's referred to as a midlife crisis, because this is not a gentle happening. Now, are you familiar that this process is often triggered and amplified by traumatic events? Are you familiar with this?
I've heard that, yes.
Respect. So my traumatic events, well, they've happened throughout my entire life. And I would say, even though they say they don't know a clinical, reason for Tourette syndrome, I would wager a guess that a lot of that is based off of childhood trauma that tends to resolve itself once the child has grown up and removed themselves from those traumatic situations. But for some people that can't escape trauma, it continues on into adulthood. Does that at least sound reasonable to you?
Sure.
Excellent. Now, my biggest bone of contention, ma'am, with the evaluation that you performed, I was sitting with my back against the wall so the officers could see me against the window, correct?
Yes.
And you were sitting in front of the desk that was behind you, correct?
I was inside of the desk in front of
Yeah.
you, yes.
Were you familiar with the setup of the defense office? I heard it hasn't changed.
Mr. Hensley, it has not, but this
Excellent.
isn't quite time to question me, okay?
No, I just wanted to make sure that I didn't need to go take a picture and bring it in and ask her if it was still in the same, position it was in. But that being said, did I have a number of items lined up on that desk?
Believe so.
Okay. At what point, now you are aware that I did record the entirety of our evaluation,
Yes, you told me that.
and I made sure you knew that.
Yes.
And how long did we speak?
30 to 60 minutes?
24 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Nonetheless, I didn't divulge much to you, did I?
In regards to what?
You asked me if I had any diagnosed mental conditions.
And your response was, I am the DSM-5.
Okay.
Okay.
What that means is I have multiple diagnoses, and because, the field of psychology and psychiatry is so subjective, you're subjected to the opinion of the evaluator based off of the evaluator's knowledge and, quite honestly, their mood that day. I've lost my train of thought. I need a moment to close.
Take a moment.
Anyway, so as I said, my biggest bone of contention with your evaluation, during that 24 minutes, and because it happened repeatedly, when did I start pounding my fist in a violent fashion on the table?
I think there were multiple times throughout the interview that you would hit the table and yell.
Okay, and it was loud when I did that?
Yes.
Okay. So that being said, it would be picked up by the audio recording.
Sure.
Because what I can tell you, man, is all of my stuff was lined up over here. I would have had to stand up, walk to the table, reach over my stuff, and pound. Now, had I done that, and you were sitting right here, would that have bothered you the first time you saw me do it, right? The first time you saw me get up aggressively and pound right next to you, would that have bothered you as it was picked up on the audio recording, and would you have made a comment?
You startled me every time you hit the table.
Now, at this point, I would like to play the audio recording. Either that, or we need to discuss, if perjury is, can a witness perjure themselves in this court? Because what I can tell you.
All right, hang on.
Respect.
All right, so you have an audio recording of the.
The entirety of the time that she was in there with
Do
me.
you have a specific moment that would be relevant to the
She
questions.
says multiple, so we just have to wait for the first one, don't we?
You want us to listen to all 24 minutes of the evaluation?
Yes, but first, what I would like to do, did I not tell you that my notes were fantastic?
Sure.
First, what I would like to do is play a rather quick summary of that evaluation, right? I have not reread her evaluation because that just infuriates me, and then I have, that's the speaker, so you can hear.
Who created the summary?
I've already told you, I did.
And how do you want to present the summary?
Audio, that I'm disabled, right? So this is my form of communication, and I would appreciate the court is extending me an ADA accommodation afforded for me from the Americans Disability Act of 1990.
Well, I'm not disagreeing or even commenting on any of that. I'm trying to figure out what you want to do.
Right now, what I
How
want
did
to do
so if I say where did the summary come from? Is it a written summary that you want to present to the court? Is it
audio.
and how is it audio? How is it turned into audio?
I don't read.
So is this a recording of you?
No, it's written, and it's going to be read by a computerized voice. That's how I read.
Who wrote the summary?
Dictation.
So-
That's how I write.
Okay, sir, I need you to calm down, okay?
Do I seem upset to you?
You do.
Well, I'm not. I need you to understand me.
Okay.
I'm sorry if you got emotional.
All right, sir.
Yes, sir.
We're not going to play a summary, your summary. I will
Why not?
permit, because it's not relevant, and the court doesn't
She
deem it
kept notes and
relevant.
I kept notes. I want to compare my notes against her notes because, I'm being evaluated based off of the same information.
Sir, I have not admitted her notes.
No, you not only did you not admit her notes, so we could figure out how she came to her conclusion, right? You took what she said as gospel, and right now I feel that you're trying to prevent my voice, and I feel that this is an effort to obfuscate the truth. All I'm trying to bring to you, Your Honor, is the truth. You subjected me to an evaluation at my request, the wrong type of evaluation. She came in and did her best, right? She did her best. Now, last time I was in here with you, I discussed with you professional language, right? It was her intent, in my humble opinion, to assist me, right? So she did her best to assist me, and in order to do so, she had to use professional language indicative of somebody that is violent and out of control, and that is not an accurate representation of me.
My point, Mr. Hensley, is that the actual evaluation would be better evidence, what we call best evidence, actually, of what occurred in the room. Your summary of it after the fact, I don't deem relevant.
I
And so
concede your point, and I withdraw my request.
I would allow you to play the
The audio.
the evaluation if you deem that's appropriate. I will tell you, last time you played that speaker, it was loud, and so
It
if
has a volume on it, and we can determine which volume best
Very good.
fits you. Thank you.
I will allow you to admit the evidence. I will note for the record, the admission of evidence is specifically provided for in NRS 178.415.
Now, I would like to explain this prior. I showed up prior to it, and I have many different medications that I use. I try not to offend. Vaporized nicotine is a very effective way to self-titrate. It does not harm anybody else, and it doesn't harm me. And that is unfortunately been subjected to the same policies as smoking. I don't know why they target it, and I'm having difficulties within the medical establishment to have my accommodations recognized. Right now I have a nicotine pouch. Now they're not using tobacco in the pouches, and it's fantastic. Am I able to have a glass of water?
Of course.
Thank you. So when she came in, she was very courteous and allowed me to use my preferred method so I could try to remain as calm as possible while discussing some very passionate want you to know, I'm using that same medication, and I'm just trying to show the court respect. I want to acknowledge her trying to accommodate me. Nonetheless, people are going to hear my outbursts. Now, what happens when I have outbursts, and this might trigger the dog, it might not. I'm explaining my disability to you, and legally you need to hear this. She judged me because she did not understand my disability. So these outbursts, they're not voluntary, right? I never got out of my chair, nor did I even pound the table. I'm nonviolent, and here we go. Thank you, sir.
Do me a favor, I gotta get a shirt on real quick.
No, that's not it. That's not it. I don't know if that was today's interview. It was on the first. Sorry, that's
No notice.
That's June 12th. Sorry. It was July.
Mr. Hensley, before you play this,
Yes, sir.
I want to make sure you understand that this is an evaluation of your